Yes, South Australia is at the forefront of improving the world once again. We are killing it. Of course, we always do things in medical. We're constantly improving things, but this one goes out to the recycling.
Right.
So we're getting a big setup over in Kilburn. It's a $20 million investment from the government to pretty much divert 14,000 tonnes of waste of landfill every year. So we're going to be getting rid of all the waste. It's going to be a big recycling tactic just to clean up the environment around us. And it'll also boost about 3,000 jobs in the country and 600 more in South Australia.
Amazing.
So
great
stuff there. Tenacious D, the band made up by Kyle Gass and Jack Black.
Yep.
They're absolutely huge and they've been touring Australia. However, unfortunately, they're cancelling their tour.
They're cancelling?
Cancelling? How's that?
Yeah, right, because they were meant to come to Adelaide like Monday.
Yeah, so they had a bunch more locked in. They had their Newcastle show locked in, but that's been cancelled too. That was going to happen this week, but pretty much it's over an insensitive comment that Kyle Gass made about the President Trump assassination attempt, in which has caused Jack Black and himself to split for a little bit. Just because Jack Black doesn't want to be tied in with any violent comments or things like that. So they're having a little break and furthermore not doing the Australian tour.
Right, there
absolutely
you go.
Gutting though if you got tickets. I mean,
absolutely.
So close to the tour dates too. Like you said, it was only over the next few weeks, I think, that the last remaining shows were happening. And over in Qantas news, Qantas is doing non-stop flights to Paris for the Olympics. This is pretty cool. It's the first flights they've done directly to Paris with no stopovers.
Right, and can you get it from Adelaide?
You get it from Perth.
From Perth?
So you have to go to Perth first, and then you go straight to Paris, but that's a flight time of 17 hours and 20 minutes if you wish to do that. So it's a long haul.
That's a massive flight.
Yeah, so definitely bring your books, bring your laptops, because that's a huge one. But yeah, if you desperately want to go to the Olympics, that's how you get there in a quick speed. Tom, when it's someone's birthday at work, it's a good thing, it's a big thing, and I guess if you do have a good workplace, you end up doing something for it. Everyone gathers around that one person, but one little awkward thing that happens when it's someone's birthday at work is the gift-giving aspect.
And we are currently, here in the Fresh offices, sort of going through a bit of a birthday season at the moment.
We are. It's a bit of a birthday phase, back-to-back birthdays, one a week, so it's all happening here at Fresh.
Yeah, absolutely. And last week there was a big birthday to sound of the voice of Fresh, Mattia.
Yes, it was her birthday, and what I find awkward about the gift-giving aspect at work is that you're in such close quarters with everyone that you can all see what gift you give to the person whose birthday it is. And then you start comparing because you're seeing all the gifts and you think, well, that looks better than what I got.
Damn it.
And so you start making these comparisons and everything. And this happened with Mattia's birthday because I got her a creme brulee.
Single candle on top.
It was a dicey call to begin with, and just a single creme brulee. She said she'd never had one before, so I thought, right, I'll go to this French place and grab one.
You've just gotten something that you felt like eating, didn't you?
I did give her a day's notice. I said, hey, look, I'm giving this to you. If you don't want it for your birthday, I may have it. And then I saw what you gave her. Yeah. And it was, I believe, $20 worth of tokens to Million Life, which is an arcade game place.
Yeah, it's in the mall. There's a few of them around, and yeah, I got it. I think it was 24 tokens for $20. And I was like, she loves it. She goes there all the time, so I got her that, and she's been playing it since then. She's been going in, taking a few coins each time. Great present, I thought.
When she's on her sugar rush from the creme brulee, she can go hit the arcade games, smash it out for a few hours, not a blink. But so we've done that, and then I thought it is an interesting present that you got her to get the tokens and go to the arcade game because Mattia's an adult, she's in her 30s now, and it's an interesting thing that there are still adults that do love going and doing a kids kind of party-esque thing for their birthday.
Yeah, well, we know a guy who last year turned 40 and spent his 40th birthday at Intensity.
Yeah, and why not? I mean, why not wind back the clock?
Honestly, sounds great.
Yeah, it sounds great. He got an hour of unlimited games at Intensity for his 40th, brought all of his mates, had the time of his life. Similar to Mattia hitting up the arcade games, like why not in your adult years go back and do something that you would have as a kid?
Yeah, so we're going to go to the phone lines. Did you have a kids themed party as an adult?
I mean, what other examples are there? You got go-karts, electric go-karts, things like that, virtual golf.
Hey, fast food places. Macca's was a big one back in the day. When we were 18, actually, we took a mate out for his 18th birthday to Hungry Jack's to get the crowns.
Yeah.
We all wore the crowns on a night out.
Just because you're 18 doesn't mean you should miss out on a crown at a fast food restaurant.
Absolutely not. We want to hear all of the kids-themed parties that you've had as an adult. Maybe it was just at home. Maybe it was a dress-up. Maybe a pajama party.
Yeah, cool. Was it a Bucks party and you went out and, I don't know, hit the mini golf? Someone said if it was their 40th, they'd be at Dazzleland. And I'd say if there's no bigger moment than I wish I was there than Dazzleland. That's the roller coaster at the Myers Centre. How crazy.
Oh, is that what Dazzleland is?
Yeah. I've heard about that my whole life and I thought, why the hell has it not been there for us?
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, let's head over to North Adelaide. We got Miles on the line. G'day, Miles. Did you have a kids-themed party as an adult?
No, it wasn't a themed party. It wasn't a party for me in a sense. It was for my grandfather's 100th birthday.
Oh, wow.
All his mates are all there, and we brought out a cake, and we got it themed as a Port Adelaide birthday cake.
Right, nice.
Okay, that's awesome.
So mad Port Adelaide supporters then, Miles.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
True. The only team in South Australia, if you ask me.
All right, settle down, mate.
Good one, Miles. Glad to have you back on the line.
No, good on you, Miles. Thanks for getting involved.
Hey, Andrea and Brahma Lodge, tell us, what did you do? What was the kids' party?
I had a fairy party for my 21st.
A fairy party. Okay, so you dressed up in to the nines. Did you have wands and stuff?
Yes, but they were kind of like naughty fairies.
Now, Andrea, can we ask, did you have fairy bread?
No fairy bread because we went out to town.
No fairy
Yeah,
bread.
Fairy
that
bread's
seems
yummy though.
Very unfairy-like.
Yeah, I mean, fairy bread. Line the stomach with some fairy bread before you go to town as fairies. It's that's what I hear they all do.
Andrea, would you bring back the fairy party? Is that something you do in your later years?
Oh, yes, definitely.
All right, well, Andrea, if you do another fairy party, me and Callum would love to come and we will bring the fairy bread for you.
Oh, I'd love to have you there.
Good on you, Andrea. Thanks for getting involved. Hey, Cara over in Glenelg North, what did you have? What party?
For my 33rd, my housemate organised a pajama and toy party.
Pajama and
So
toy
you wear
party.
your pajamas, bring along your best soft toy, and everyone stayed for a sleepover.
Yeah.
All right. So what was the movie you watched for the sleepover?
Beg your pardon?
What was the movie you watched for the sleepover?
It wasn't a movie, it was a raspberry vodka.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
Hey, Cara, was there a pillow fight at the pajama party?
Of course there was. And there was roller skates inside, and we didn't even get told off.
Sounds like an unreal. All of these parties, Tom, I feel like, we really want to cop an invite if they get a resurgence and they do it again.
It's really just inspiration for us. Hey, thanks for getting involved, Cara.
Hey, Kirsty in Aberfoyle Park, what was the kids' party?
Hey, well, it was actually my dad.
Okay.
And he's actually in the nursing home now, so we were reminiscing about lots of things yesterday, and I said to him, Dad, do you remember what you asked me to do at your 60th birthday? And he couldn't remember, but he actually asked me to make him fairy bread.
The fairy bread.
Well, finally someone's wanting the fairy bread.
Thank God.
Give it the credit it deserves.
I know, it's a thing. And he couldn't remember it, but it was actually very cute when I told him. He had a good laugh. So,
Kirsty, how much fairy bread did you end up making?
I actually can't remember, but I would have made definitely a few plates worth.
Yeah, nice.
I love
But
a
he's
bit of
always
fairy
been
bread.
a big too. Yeah, everyone does. And that's all he wanted, fairy bread. And he's just always been the most fun dad, the most fun grandpa. So, yeah, I wanted to share that.
Oh, awesome
Oh,
stuff.
thanks for getting involved, Kirsty. Thanks for sharing that. That's really special. Let's wrap things up here. Beck in Gillies Plains. Did you have a kids-themed party? G'day, Beck. How are you?
Yeah, pretty good. For my 40th, I had a Disney-themed birthday.
Oh, yeah?
For my 50th, I dressed up as a bumblebee. My mum dressed as a nun on her 40th birthday and had on her cake, "It's great to be 40, not pregnant," 'cause she's got 6 kids. And for her 70th, she had a Macca's birthday pre-COVID.
A Macca's party at a 70th. What did you crack on? The Happy Meals or...?
Oh, you know how they had the party host and they come in and do activities and things and you're in the party room?
Yeah.
We had the full-blown kids birthday room for my mum's 70th at her request.
Once again, another invite to a party me and Tom would love. Now, Beck, what would you have as your next party? I mean, you guys are all about it, your family. What's next in store for the big birthday?
Oh, gosh. I don't know. Got any suggestions?
Yeah, well, I mean, you've done Macca's. We could do Hungry Jack's. Go get
just swap it up.
Get one with a playground, though. We've got to make sure there's one with a playground that we go to. But, hey, Beck, we've got a family pass to Monado Safari Park. We'd love to chuck it your way.
Oh, that's awesome.
Tom, we were talking about those hot takes yesterday, those opinions that, offside a little bit of people and get people a little bit frustrated, those opinions that just are a little bit controversial.
Yeah, we were definitely going for the controversial hot takes.
Yeah, definitely. We were definitely pushing the boundaries a little bit, and that you did because you caused a little bit of a stir with one thing that you said.
I got a bit of a hot take.
Yeah, right.
Summer Games coming up in Paris, 11 days away.
Yeah.
Meh.
What do you mean, meh?
I just don't think it's that impressive.
What do you mean it's not impressive?
I don't think the games are that impressive.
Yeah, so there was a massive call there. I'll give you your piece to take it back now, if you like.
No, I mean, that's just how I feel. I don't know. It just doesn't seem
so I'm just
like the most impressive thing in the world to make the Olympics.
I'm just trying to make sense of the situation that you just don't find the Olympics impressive. The sports, the athletes, the work they put in, it's just, it's anyone can do it is your vibe.
Yeah, I think anyone with the right training can do it.
They can't. People train their whole lives for this.
Yeah, well, I mean, I feel like the 4-year gap in between each games, I think there's plenty of time for you to, really knuckle down on one thing. If you're really focused on it, you could get in I think, what is it, like 10,000 hours in something and you're an expert.
That's a lot.
Easy.
That's a lot of
Over
hours.
4 years?
Well, you think off your diet and lifestyle now, you could roll out of bed tomorrow and in the next 4 years just crack the Olympics?
Absolutely.
What sport?
I don't know.
Do not say swimming.
I'd try a couple.
Because I've got some stats for you, mate. And, looking here, Michael Phelps has come out and there's a bunch of stuff here. And between the ages of 11 to 16 years old, this is how much effort they put in. He went to trainings on Sundays, birthdays, even Christmas. He was spending 4 hours in the pool each of those days.
Good on him.
Could you do that?
Yeah, if I wanted to.
If
I wanted to be a swimmer, sure. I would give up my Christmas morning. I don't even celebrate birthdays.
I don't think you give up Christmas morning. I think you'd be smashing ham and beer like every year at Christmas, playing the new Xbox game that you've got.
It's called carb loading, mate. Of course I would still be smashing ham and beer.
But if you look at these stats as well, I mean, he had 10,000 hours before his first Olympics.
Yeah.
He was that young.
Yeah. I could do that.
I just don't think you could do the 10,000 hours. I think you're
could.
looking at the 10,000 hours like it's a short thing. Simone Biles, the gymnast, she had a gym put near her house, like around the corner, so she could go there after school, so there was no waiting time.
Yeah, okay.
Would you make that sacrifice?
Got a home gym, don't need to.
I don't think it's the same thing.
It's similar. I've got cinder blocks set up.
What else do we got? Well, the prison set up.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she was, 6,007 hours in her homeschooling years, 10,000 before the Olympics as well. And then she set the record for the most gold medals for a women's gymnast in a single Olympic Games.
Yeah, and that's great for her, but you're
still standing your ground.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, I think we're going to have to plot into this a little bit more. So you're not admitting right now that the Olympics is hard. You're still going to roll with, hey, it's a bit meh.
Ask Stephen Bradbury how hard it was.
He lucked out.
Callum, last week we were chatting about what movie you were an expert in.
Yeah.
And we did take a phone call off air that never quite made it to air, but it blew us away. One fact about how this person watches their favourite movie.
Yeah, it was pretty old school, pretty surprising for the times we live in.
Yes, it's regular caller Cara from Glenelg North. This is how she watches her favourite movie. G'day, Cara, Glenelg North. What movie are you an expert in?
I'm an expert in a very strange movie from the 80s called Biggles.
Biggles? What is it, on DVD? You streaming it? How are you watching this one?
Maybe I get my beta video recorder back out, plug it into the TV and put the beta in.
Old school Biggles watch.
There you go. Getting the beta out.
Yeah, it's a massive call, isn't it? And it's just one of those...
It's a huge commitment these days
I'm
to be setting that up every time you want to watch a movie.
I'm sure as well that the movie Biggles would have to be on some sort of streaming service or, you can download online, right?
I mean, I'm having a look right now, and to be honest, it doesn't look like there is anywhere to stream it.
Well, so this is an ancient relic of a movie that actually requires an old school setup.
You might be able to find it on some piracy website, but there's no legal way to stream Biggles.
Right, weird. I remember I had a mate who kind of ran a bar here in the city, and it was called Broadcast Bar, I think, and they would do VHS night and do constant tapes going through, and that's all they did.
Yeah, right.
So that was pretty old school, and it took people by surprise, but of course, it's a bit of a retro thing that people got around, and they actually got quite a decent pull down there.
Well, I feel like, retro things really do come back into fashion. We look at vinyls and how much they've reignited onto the scene, but we want to go to the text line, and we'd love for you to text in, Adelaide. What old tech do you still use? Is there anyone out there, say, using a Walkman or a pager?
I would love someone using a pager. I mean, I feel like maybe, I'm not too sure, but nurses and stuff still might use the pager here and there.
Oh, yeah.
But I would like to know if there's any businessmen going around, any wolves of Wall Street of Adelaide here just going around with a pager doing their deals.
I mean, in terms of old tech that I use, my car is a bit old, it's a bit beat up, and it doesn't have anything but a tape player in it. So I'm out there listening to cassettes on the regular. I've actually got heaps, thanks to Mum and Dad.
Yeah, I love
that. A few
that.
of them are warped, but the Doors' greatest hit still goes hard.
I was going to say, because the only things on cassette really are a sign of the times. Having the Doors. I know you got a Beatles one as well.
Yeah,
so
a bit of Hendrix.
Yeah, exactly. So they're always going to be
bag.
Always going to be old school ones. I have a mate that did a real weird one, and this is so old school. I remember in year 12 when he was doing his English assignments, so the big English assignments for the end of the year.
Yeah.
Dude bought a typewriter.
A typewriter?
And the funniest thing was that if he botched anything on the assignment, he would have to rip it out, and he's like, shit. And he'd have to rip the page out and throw it on the floor as if he's Stephen King doing a mad novel in a psychotic state. So, yeah, he got really into that. But, of course, it's not really smooth going when you're trying to do big year 12 assignments.
No, absolutely not. What, was he wearing a turtleneck and a sweater as well?
Getting pipe in the mouth, having a smoke.
Somebody's let us know on the text line that you can buy cassette tapes that'll plug into your phone from Super Cheap Auto. So,
that's unreal. That sounds like a new wave of technology. That sounds far from the past.
Yeah, I feel like maybe tapes are coming back in to take over from vinyls.
Well, you know what? Because the vinyl's got a resurgence. CDs even are in fashion to collect. So, yeah, cassettes could have them as well. We got another text here. This one's crazy. I still have an occasional need for floppy disks. They're not just 3D printed save icons. Floppy disk, I literally had to think back what that is.
What are they?
Look it up.
Why are you still using a floppy disk? They haven't given us enough information, and have texted through from a satellite phone, so we don't know how to call them.
Sounds dodgy. Some sort of espionage front that you have to use a floppy disk because they can't be tracked like a USB.
And we got another text here. I still use my iPods. I have Gen 2 and a Gen 7.
That's wild because I have a few of them from back in the day and they just don't work. They've just botched themselves. So it's interesting that they're lasting so long, especially the Gen 2.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, let's head over to Glengarry. We got Louise on the line. G'day, Louise. What piece of old technology are you still using?
My grandmother's handed down egg beater.
Right, okay.
Egg beater. Okay, is that the hand-wound one you said?
Yes, the hand-wound egg beater.
So, Louise, say someone comes to you, a family member, and they say, look, we're having Grandpa's birthday. Can you make us 5 cakes? Are you getting the egg beater out, the hand-wound one, or would you cave in and get the electric?
Don't have an electric, and unfortunately on the weekend, the handle on my egg beater finally snapped off after 55 years.
Oh,
55 years?
No!
Yep. It was my grandmother's first ever appliance, like from when she had kids. And I remember from when I was a little kid when she used to make cakes. And so basically that was one of the first things I grabbed when we all got to have a little dibs in her possessions. And yeah, I was so disappointed when I was making a cake the other day with my child and the handle snapped off.
Louise, are you going to replace the hand-wound egg beater with another hand-wound egg beater? Or are you just going to go the fork method or buy an electric?
If I ever see another hand-wound one, I will buy it. But I'm going to keep it just for just for souvenir sakes anyway. But I was very sad about that.
Yeah, no, family heirloom, that is sad.
Yeah, absolutely. Have to put a hold on the cakes for a little bit. Good on you, Louise. Thanks for calling up. Appreciate it.
Hey, Alex over here, what are you still using?
My car is 34 years old and it has manual steering.
Right.
Manual steering. Okay, so you don't have what's it called? You don't have power steering then?
Nah.
No, neither do I, Alex. It's tough, isn't it?
Is it hard to get around at all, or any mechanic fees coming your way?
Actually. No. It's you only notice it when it's in a car park, when it's low speed.
I'll tell you when I notice it.
High speed, driving down the highway, you don't notice it.
Alex, I'll tell you when I notice it. When it's a belting hot day or icy cold day, and you got to keep those hands on the wheel to turn it to go around a corner, and it burns your hands either cold or hot.
See, that's it. I have a wooden steering wheel, so it doesn't heat up.
Jesus, old school. Might join the pirate ship routine.
You're from the dark ages, Alex. Hey, Callum, over here in Australia, baseball is in the news quite a bit at the moment. Travis Bazzana making history, being taken at the number 1 pick in the MLB draft to the Cleveland Guardians.
Good stuff.
21-year-old from Sydney. Yeah, get $15 million just
Unreal.
like that.
Yeah.
Just for being picked number 1. First time in history an Australian has gone number 1, though.
Yeah, congratulations to him, repping the Aussies.
Absolutely. But if we do a bit of a deep dive into Major League Baseball, recently there was a home run derby on, which is supposed to be like a relaxed hit and giggle, they call it. But so it's just an exhibition match. There's no reason for it to be done. There's no points. There's no championship. It's just for a bit of fun. And they had Ingrid Andress performing the USA's national anthem, the Star Spangled Banner. Now, she is a 4-time Grammy Award nominee. She's a country singer. They've gotten her on to do it, and she's botched it.
Right, she's done a botch. I mean, this isn't uncommon as well for the American national anthem.
No. It's a big one, and people in America are very patriotic as well. So it's not one you want to stuff up. I mean, people were saying, Barstool Sports have said, is this a real national anthem at the Derby? Holy sh...
Right, yeah. So a few upset fans there. And like you said, America is so patriotic. That's what baffles me, that I feel like they would take every precaution to make sure that they get a singer who knows exactly what they're doing and it's going to be perfect. So it is so funny when they screw these things up because they are human in the end.
Yeah, Michael Schwab, who's like a journalist for MLB, has said, posted to X, "My ears are bleeding. One of the worst national anthem renditions ever." That received 23,000 likes.
People got around him. He knows what he's talking about.
And we'll play the audio in just a moment. But before we hear Ingrid's rendition of the Star Spangled Banner, let's go through the history of some of the worst renditions of the Star Spangled Banner. And we're going to go back to 1990 first, with Roseanne Barr singing the national anthem. She's not a singer, she's an actress, probably known best for Roseanne, the hit show with John Goodman.
Very dicey call to make an actor and not professional singer hit up the national anthem, the biggest song that you could choose.
Yeah, not just an actor too, a stand-up comic, which seems like a real dangerous combination. Here's how Roseanne went singing it.
I don't know if it's the distortion of our audio, but it sounds like an angry mob in the background. It seems like they're screaming at her to stop.
People were not happy.
Nah.
Yeah, people were not happy with Roseanne's, having a go at the Star Spangled Banner. She was kind of taking the absolute mickey, though. She was, during the anthem, spitting on the pitcher's mound. She was rubbing parts of her body as well, trying to be funny, I guess, but it didn't come off like that.
Classy.
Now let's look at 2018, where Fergie did the Star Spangled Banner, a slowed-down, jazzy version of it for an NBA All-Star game. And she's come out afterwards and said, I love this country. I tried my best. I'm a risk taker artistically, but clearly this rendition didn't strike the intended tone. Here's her rendition. Does that Star Spangled Banner yet wave?
It would have been insane, but really that could have done with the Black Eyed Peas on our side. Get the group back together. That might have saved it just.
And then finally, Ingrid Andress, who's just recently performed the Star Spangled Banner. Here's how she sounded.
And the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air.
Right, I can see the baseballer that's come from Australia to America is slowly ripping up his contract. Maybe I don't want to go over there if the singing is like that.
There were baseball players there, trying not to laugh when that was going on.
Oh, how can you not laugh at that? I don't know what's worse, her or Fergie's. They're both big hitters, right?
Adelaide, let's wind back the clock. The new quiz with a bit of a spin. Wheelie Windback Wednesday, sponsored by Jack's Tyres and Auto, Edwardstown and Gillies Plains on Fresh 92.7.
Yes, it's time for our favourite quiz show. It's Wheelie Windback Wednesday. All thanks to Jack's Tyres and Auto. Buy 3 tyres, you can get the 4th free on selected brands down there.
Now, the game's pretty simple. All you had to do was text in Jax, J-A-X, and then we give you a call back, and it's your chance to answer a few pretty easy questions. I won't say they're too hard, and if you get them right, then you go into the draw to win this awesome tyre pack by the end of the day.
That's it. Hankook tyres up to $1,200 in value thanks to Jack's Tyres and Auto, Gillies Plains and Edwardstown. So let's jump straight into it. We got Nicole from Meadows. G'day, Nicole. How are you going?
I'm good, thank you. And yourself?
Very good.
Very well.
Now, Nicole, do you feel the pressure a little bit? This is the last chance to go into the draw to win this tyre pack. How do you feel?
Oh, a little bit pressured. I've just come off night shift, so I might be a bit foggy.
All right, well, Nicole, best of luck. What decade are you hoping for in the wheel spin?
Oh, look, I'm open to options.
All right.
Okay. That's a better answer than the usual 90s. We only ever get 90s, so any other answer is a bit better for us.
All right, Nicole, best of luck. Steph, spin that wheel. It's a big spin from old Steph. She's greased up the elbows. What could it be?
We got the 2010s.
Nicole, the 2010s.
Oh, okay. All right.
All right. The first question here. What international event taking place in Brazil in 2016 gathered athletes from all over the world?
Oh, I'm going to go the Olympics.
There you go.
There you go. Got it correct.
Great stuff. All right, next question. You're off to a awesome beginning. The next one, in 2013, people became obsessed with a mobile phone game where one could play as a bird flying in between green pipes. What was the name of this game?
Ooh.
It was on the iPhone.
Oh, God.
You'd tap it.
Yep. Oh.
And it's a little bird going between the green pipes. We'll give you 3, 2, 1.
Come on.
Nicole, we can't give it to you. You're going to have to skip on.
Nicole, stay on the line, though, because we might come back to you if Taylor from Christie's Beach can't get it correct. Taylor, do you need to repeat of the question?
Yes, please.
Alrighty. In 2013, people became obsessed with a mobile phone game where one would play as a bird flying in between green pipes. What was the name of this game?
Oh, no. I know this, but I can't think of it off my head.
Probably played it back in the day. Super popular.
No, I don't know. I can't think of it.
All right.
That's a hard one.
It is a hard one.
It is a tough one. We're going to go back to Nicole. Nicole, we've got a bonus question here. The famous quote from 21 Jump Street references what name? My name is...
Oh, God.
Have you seen the movie, Nicole?
I have.
Big meme. Channing Tatum says it. My name is...
I can see you're loving doing the voice.
I don't know.
Oh,
No, Nicole.
Oh, no. And we've had our other callers drop out. So, Nicole, we're going to keep going with more bonus questions for you. See, if you can get this one correct, you can go in the draw. If not, there is no draw to be gone into. Are you ready, Nicole?
I am.
All right, next one. This is the decider, Nicole. Which country left the European Union in a 2016 referendum, an event also known as Brexit?
Oh, England.
She's done it! You're in the draw! Screw the bird.
Nicole, the answers you were looking for were Flappy Bird and Jeff.
Oh, I don't know. It might have been overseas at that time.
Now, Nicole, you're in the draw. You can relax it a little bit. Put your feet up. Tom, a huge list has come out to say what toys, what vintage toys, and especially in the spirit of Windback Wednesday, are most valuable now. So which ones that could be locked up in your closet you haven't touched in years since you're a kid, and they have a bit of a price tag to them at the moment.
There you go. All right, well, are we going to run through some of these toys in case people do have them?
Let's do it. So keep in mind a lot of these are kind of originals. So have a look yourself. If you do have one of these toys, have a little suss of the code, which model it is, and if it is the one, you could be pretty rich.
There you go. All right, well, let's see what our first item is.
Alrighty, so the first one we have is the Easy Bake Oven. Its years started off in 1960. It is from Kenner, and it's pretty much an oven where it had a light bulb in there and you could cook cookies here.
They actually work,
cake.
right?
It did work, so I looked it up, and it actually does work. Does it taste great? Not really. I mean, it's just a light bulb that kind of warms up the cookie dough.
There you go.
So it's all right for a kid, but yes, it is worth about $305 today.
Jeez, $305. How much could you pick it up for back in the day?
About 16.
16 bucks.
16 bucks. Now, an original one, about 305.
There you go. That's a pretty big markup. Hey, we've got so many toys to get through. Let's just keep churning through.
Yeah,
them.
let's do it.
All right. Next toy on the list is a Game Boy, releasing in 1989 from Nintendo. These were pretty expensive when they hit the shelves at the start. $90 is how much it would have cost you back in the day. Right now, worth today, $580.
Wow.
The Game Boy revolutionized the video game industry. You know, it was one of the first, I think it was the first handheld gaming console. You know what? I actually have a Game Boy.
I've got one as well.
I should look into see if it's still working.
See, I wonder if that's the price of one that's originally from 1989, because the one I've got is probably early 2000s. It's a bit of a newer make.
Game Boy Advance.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I've got an original.
Jeez, all right. Be breaking into your house later. Get the crowbar. This one here, the Chatty Cathy doll. Have you ever heard someone be called a Chatty Cathy?
I've heard of Chatty Cathy, yeah.
So you hear people getting called, oh, you're a Chatty Cathy because you talk a lot. It's based off this toy. Pretty much was one of those original toys of a girl where you pull the back of the string and it talks.
Right, okay.
So it started off as $10 to $18. It is now worth up to $2,000 if you have the right model.
Jeez, up to $2,000. So if it's in good nick, if it's the right one. And when were these from? These are from back in the day?
1959 to 65 they were being made. So in that small little bracket, if you have a Chatty Cathy, it could be worth a bunch.
There you go. Have a look to see if you've got a Chatty Cathy. Next on the list, we're looking at Hot Wheels over at Mattel. So a 1967 Camaro from the Treasure Hunt series, released in 95. Original price, paid about $1 for it. Today, it is worth $1,197.
Holy hell.
What a massive markup for a Hot Wheels car.
What the hell is going on? For a little Hot Wheels car that's probably, underneath your couch for the last 40 years. Just take it out and sell it.
There you go. If you've got Hot Wheels at home, check to see if you've got a 67 Camaro from the Treasure Hunt series. Again, I'm pretty sure I've got that.
Jeez, you're in the riches.
I had a lot of toys.
Toy world at your place. We got Tamagotchi, original Tamagotchi from 1997 to now. They're still being made. But yeah, it's original price, $12. If you have one in really good nick and it's one of the originals, about up to $3,000 it could be for a Tamagotchi.
Most likely if the pet is still alive as well.
Yeah, you gotta keep it alive.
I've got an original Tamagotchi as well.
Is it alive though?
It's not alive. Nah.
Long gone.
Nah, because the minute you leave it alone for like 5 seconds, it's died of thirst.
Yeah, I wonder if anyone's just had the same, Tamagotchi pet alive this whole time.
What's the longest Tamagotchi pet that's been alive? Yeah, because they are tough. They're tough, the Tamagotchis. Hey, finally, let's wrap things up here with the biggest markup we've seen on this article. From 1959, also from Mattel, it's the original Barbie. Would have cost you about $3 back in 59.
Cheap as.
I mean, everyone knows Barbie. The movie just came out. One of the biggest things to happen that year. Barbie, it's been a pillar of toys since they came out in 59. An original Barbie today is worth about $27,000. $8,450.
Go sus your Barbies. This is a PSA. If you have a Barbie, an original Barbie at home, I'd go running back there right now. That's a nice little holiday for you.
There you go. Yeah, if anyone out there has any of those toys, then definitely have a look to see if it's worth anything. Because if they're just collecting dust, you may as well make some fuck out of them.
Surely there's a toy collector out there just raking in the money. There's heaps there. Go sus.
Yeah, thanks, Mum and Dad.